All right, hey all. So after a pretty rough morning, I took up one of my old practices that I used to do a lot before, and it is called the breath walk. And the breath walk is a technique you do with the breath, with the finger mudras, and synchronized with the walking, and with a mantra in your mind. And when you do this, it helps the body to actually increase the flow of oxygen, expand the lungs. It helps you learn how to switch mood, and why that is such an important part of it is that we as human beings are very, very ruled by moods, and we can get very, very stuck in moods, and it's hard for us. It's hard for everybody. And they have been doing a lot of research, actually, for the nerd ones, that's me, on how this really affects the body, the brain, the well-being, how people with a lot of anxiety, depression, a lot of stressed feelings actually starts to loosen up when you practice this frequently. And what more to say about it? It's very dear to me. This is it gives a lot to me. That's why I like to share it with you. And it's in the yoga tradition, where it comes from. And what else it does is you use the mantra that is called Satanama, and it's the cycle of the life, the birth, the life, the death, and the rebirth. So it's like a cycle. It's like a breath. It's like a mantra that the mind and the body knows, the cells knows in that way. And when you practice this with the mudra that is called, you go sa ta na ma, sa ta na ma, sa ta na ma. So you actually touch the tip of the fingertips. And for working on the nervous system, there's so much nerves going out in the fingertips. So that's why we do a lot of mudras also with the hands. It's you touch a lot of nerves when you do this, and you actually stabilize them and work, we call this finger magic when we do this. And when you do it crossed like that, you do it on each hand with the mantra, with the walking, and then with the breathing. It actually helps the two sides of the brain, the hemispheres, to reconnect, and it helps to create new neuron patterns in your brain. And I will go into the breathing, and I will show the whole thing. But what more I want to say about it is that, it really helps the nervous system in that way. It helps the respiratory system, and it cleanses out the toxins of the lungs when you learn how to really breathe in a cleansing proper way. And the switching of the mood, the centerness that it brings when you actually put your focus on a thing, a focus on a mantra, on a breathing, and include the body, then you actually include so much of yourself. What else do I want to share about that? And it really helps if you're very athletic, for example, and you want to improve your practice. This helps with this breathing and this interval practice of the breathing. It really helps you to actually increase your physics in that way. You can, all of a sudden, you notice you can run longer, you can keep your breath for a better time and such. And that also boosts the body in that way. And also that we do it we practice the breath walk with intervals. We do, for example, I will do very basic now, and then if you find it I like this, I want to do more, then you can go deeper into it, and you can look into different types of the mantras you do while you do it, and different types of intervals when you do it. But let's leave that out for now. My friend asked me to teach him this the other day, and he was like, but can you please just break it down into the pure simpleness, because otherwise I won't do it. And I said, yeah, of course. I will break it down and make it very, very simple. And as you do this satanama mantra in your mind while you're walking, while you're breathing, and then you walk for a while without the breathing, you teach actually the system how to switch. So this is where you teach the system how to switch. Okay, I'm in this mood right now, but I can switch to this. And I'm like this and I can switch. And it doesn't mean that we look away from things. It just means that we create space so we can rest in moods. If we're in a tough mood, we can rest for a while, and then we can actually go in to the mood and see what it is about, and like explore the feelings of that. But we just give space and create resource to also be able to rest. So we work a lot on the nervous system like that. The breath goes like this: 4 inhalations through the nose, 4 exhalation. And with this, we put the mantra sa ta na ma, sa ta na ma, with the finger work. And to top it all up, we do it with the walking. So when we walk, I will show you my feet now. We go sa ta na ma, sa ta na ma, sa ta na ma, sa ta na ma. And I say it loudly now just so we get the mantra going. But the mantra repeats in the mind, so you don't say it loud, you actually do it in your mind, the satanama. So walking, finger magic, and the breath at the same time. And when you walk, like try to keep the eyes, so you just look in front, so you of course see where you're going, but like try not to get the eyes attached so much to things. Just see it all, you know, just like put the eyes a little bit in front of you, like a few meters in front of your feet, or whatever, how it feels good for you. But that is a trick to actually just get gaze with the eyes. And for a quick starter, for example, you can do it in the intervals of 10 minutes with the satanama breathing, and then you stop with the breathing. Keep on doing the finger work, and the mantra can go in your head, satanama, but you breathe normally. And you do that for 5 minutes. And then you take it up and you start walking again for 5 minutes with the satanama, breathing, sniffing, breathing. And then you do the regular walk without the breath for 10 minutes, for example. And if that is too long for you, you can just walk. If you walk to the bus, for example, you just do the satanama with the breath and walk while you go to the bus, because that small time actually changes so much in your brain and in your body and in your system. And start little, and make it more if you want to later on. So that's what I do when I have more time. Like now, I've been walking around for maybe like 35 minutes doing this on and off. And sometimes I just like, okay, I'm going to the playground with my kid, and I do the satanama breathing, just walking next to her to the playground, and try to make it work like that also. Or like when you go wherever you go, you just do it a little by little, and your body will actually, and your whole system will respond to it. And I preferably like to walk, of course, barefoot in the woods, or like in the forest, or right now I'm just walking up on a little mountain close to where I live, because I live in the city and it's a lot too much, you know. So just walk around here, so I don't need to see so many people, and I can actually feel the ground with my bare feet, and at the same time just get this like negative charge from the earth to the body, like the grounding. And when I say negative charge, it's not in a negative way, it's just like we are negatively charged beings. Our bodies are negatively charged, and we need that, because in the society, with the radiation, with the food, with everything, it's such, with the water we drink, it's such it gives a positive charge to the body, and that makes the body start with the oxidation process. So the nerd comes out in me again, of course. But just like to benefit from it in when you have time in so many ways as you possibly can, and when you cannot, you just do it whenever. So I think that's about it, and you just try it out, and if you like it and if you enjoy it, you just go deeper, and you like feel free to ask about it and anything. Yeah, that's what I want to share today. Okay.